In this video, we're going to identify key components of a parabola from an equation. It says, given the parabola below, find the endpoints of the latus rectum. So we have this parabola that is y equals negative 1 over 36 x squared. So it's a downward facing parabola. It looks like so. Now, what is the latus rectum? And in my previous videos, I did not talk about this yet. But the latus rectum is like the directrix. It's a perpendicular line to what's called the axis of symmetry. But unlike the directrix, the latus rectum actually crosses the parabola at two different points. And so this is the latus rectum, and this is the directrix. Now, the latus rectum goes through the foci, so its distance from the vertex is the same as the distance of the directrix from the vertex. So these two lines are parallel to each other. The latus rectum just goes through the parabola two times at two different points. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that this parabola is in the standard form for parabolas, which is, there's actually two standard forms. There's either x squared is equal to 4py, or there's y squared is equal to 4px. So it just depends on which one you're given. Are you given x squared or are you given y squared here? And we're given x squared, so we're going to go with this standard equation. So we're going to multiply by negative 36 on each side, and we end up with negative 36y is equal to x squared. Now, that means that negative 36 is 4p, so I can say negative 36 is equal to 4p. And then I can divide by 4 on each side, and p is equal to negative 9. Now, once we find p, the latus rectum equation is either going to be one of two things. It's either going to be y equals p, and that's y equals p if our standard equation is x squared equals 4py that we're using, or the latus rectum equation would be x equals p if our equation is y squared equals 4px. So this is just describing like x squared equals 4py. This is an upward or downward facing parabola. Y squared equals 4px. That would be a left and right facing parabola. So it's either going to look like this or it's going to look like this. And then this parabola would be here or here. And so that's going to change whether or not our rectum equation is a horizontal line or a vertical line. Now for our case, we have y equals negative 9, so the latus rectum, I'm just going to say LR, is equal to, well, use a colon here, is y equals negative 9. Now once I figure out that y is equal to negative 9, they're asking me for the endpoints of the latus rectum. Well, I can find the endpoints by substituting negative 9 into the equation and solving for x. So I'm going to substitute it into our equation here for y and solving for x. So I get negative 36 times negative 9 is equal to x squared. When I multiply the negative 36, I get 324 equals x squared. When I take the square root of each side, I get plus minus root of 324 is equal to x. If I take the root of 324, I get plus and minus 18 for x. That tells me that I have two endpoints for the latus rectum. My endpoints would be 18 comma negative 9, right, because my y value is negative 9, and negative 18 comma negative 9. So these are the endpoints. And that would be option number 2 there.